I've been streaming these laser cutting these sheets on Instagram and Twitter. I figured I might as well come over to YouTube and do it too. I have a bunch of these signs. Hold on, let me flip it around. That I have to cut out, and I have to sit here and watch them. So I have to sit here and watch them. So I figured I might as well stream. Let's see, show live chat messages, yes. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm just going to stream the laser cutting. Also, let me know if you can hear me. Look right here, this is our giant oxygen tank that we use. This is liquid oxygen. We can cut up to quarter-inch steel. Let me show you. This is some quarter-inch steel that we cut before. Pretty crazy. And then we've also cut the quarter-inch steel. It cuts kind of messy, but this is, I believe, 12 gauge steel. So that's probably like an 1/8 inch. Get that over here. Take my mask off for a minute. Yeah, I have to cut all of these out, and I have to sit there and watch them, so make sure that they come out okay, and like that stuff doesn't pop up and get in the way of the laser. So see, like this stuff right here, sometimes this stuff can pop up like this and get right in the way, and it'll cause the laser head to hit the steel and move it around, and that's not good. Mess up your sheet. So what's cool too is that, like, even though this was just cutting, it's not hot at all either. I've literally had to cut out about 50 of these today, so I had to sit here and watch it. So I've been streaming it all day. I streamed on Twitter and I streamed on Instagram. So. What? Oh, that's good. Yeah, the teeth, it actually will they're like spikes, so it barely hits them. But if you look at like the parts where we've cut before, like down here, they start to get rough after a while. See? So they do wear out, but we can just always laser cut our own new ones once they actually wear out. They've been going for like 1.5 years and they haven't worn out yet. So how's it going, Iceland? I gotta keep, this is my remote I have with me. My laser remote, so I can pause at any time. Move it out of the way. So yeah, I gotta keep this stuff out of the way. Yeah, definitely cuts like butter. Here, look. So when you pull them out, no slag, no, just like completely clean cuts. It's pretty crazy. Alright, hold on. I gotta put my mask back on. I know it's harder to hear me, but this fumes that this thing shoots off is kind of nasty. So. Let me show you the internals of this thing. Look, you can look under the hood. I have no idea what any of this does. I do know that this is the PC that runs everything. Just goes up into here. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dang fast. I mean, when we're cutting like the thicker steel or aluminum is like super slow to cut, and we can cut thinner steel obviously faster too. This is 18 gauge, so still cuts pretty dang fast. I think we can cut our 24 gauge at double this speed. Let me actually look real quick. I forget. These are my laser settings right here. Actually, you can watch it as it goes. So we got our feed speed right here. So it's going 5 meters a minute, it looks like. Let's see. X speed, the Y speed. It's all live. So maybe 50 millimeters a second. It's not really that much faster than 3D printing, but it's cutting only one layer, so you don't have to wait for a million layers, you know. It also looks faster and crazier because it's, you know, shooting a laser. So hold on, let me pause. Yeah, these are our settings right here. So yeah, it's 5 meters a minute, I guess. It's not millimeters. I guess I could do the math, I just never have. They broke, so I 3D printed some new sides for them. What mic this is picking up from. Wonder if it's picking up from my headset or if it's picking up from the phone microphone. I don't know. I gotta be careful when I'm filming this because if I am not paying attention and say this one finishes, this thing will fly like super fast over to here. My head was right there, it smacked right into me. Oh, that one's kind of scary. I don't want that to pop up. Hey, how's it going? Just showing off a little bit of laser cutting. I get bored when I'm sitting here cutting the same thing over and over again. I figure I might as well stream it. It's fun to watch. I hate when that happens. Those get in the way, it's just gonna mess up my whole sheet. What are you guys all up to today? The AGP. Check that out. Oh, Angry Grandpa, that's okay. Yeah. That's pretty sad. I've seen a bunch of different videos, people releasing stuff. dropping everything over here.
Oh, nice. I need to get back onto making some actual YouTube videos. I've live streamed a few times, but I haven't actually released a video in a few weeks. It gets kind of busy here around the holidays, so it looks violent. Yeah, it can be pretty violent. I wouldn't want to stick my finger in there or anything. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this stuff too. You like how the top of the oxygen freezes up? This is liquid oxygen. The pieces that I'm moving out of the way, yeah, if it gets, here, let me pause it. Basically, if it pops up and the laser doesn't detect it, because I mean, usually the laser will detect when there's metal in the way, but if it's coming from the side, after it pops up, it'll just hit the metal and then it will shift my whole sheet over, and then I'll be all messed up because, you know, it'll be cutting in the wrong place. Basically what the oxygen's doing is it's pushing the metal out of the way as the laser cuts it. So all the, if you look underneath, here, let me go to this side. See what? That's the oxygen pushing the metal out of the way. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It also cools it as it's cutting. I mean, what kind of gas are you thinking? I mean, most lasers use CO2. Nitrogen, you can use, nitrogen. Yeah, I don't know the answer to all those questions. I'll show you. So you can see the tiny marks that it leaves. You can actually do an inverted cut, like an in and out on these to make those ones less apparent. When you stop it and start it again, it doesn't really. I'll show you what. See, nothing. The starting points will leave a little bit of a mark. That's where it's piercing the metal. But we powder coat these anyways, so I don't worry about those that much. I could get rid of those with a setting change, but I don't worry about it because they get powder coated and it fills in those tiny holes. Yeah, we can use DXF files, or I use Illustrator files. There's a few other files that it'll import. Yeah, it's just the steel that I'm cutting with actually. Because it's a little bit thicker, it has to pierce through it. So it'll leave those marks. If I was cutting thinner steel, it wouldn't leave marks at all. You can hear the pierce, like each time it goes down, that little click sound. It just leaves like a little bit of a mark. Yeah, she can't wait. Yeah, they can send over an AI file or even just a Photoshop file, and then we just make a work path in Photoshop and just export it out. It's really easy to make laser cut files, actually. Yeah, and we have cut stainless steel before too. It cuts just as easy. We use cold roll steel because it's we end up powder coating all of the parts that we make anyways. Yeah, I haven't tried to cut any titanium. We cut aluminum sometimes, but that you have to cut a lot slower. I've cut some brass before too. This laser, I think, runs about 50K. I didn't buy it though. That's actually cheap for this type of laser. Yeah, the aluminum is really reflective, and it doesn't absorb the heat like the steel does, so you have to cut a lot slower. I couldn't even imagine buying a PC that cost $169,000. Well, I mean, this is a 500 watt fiber laser. I do not know, like, I haven't never, like, calculated the amount of power it actually uses, but I know it has its own spec. They had to install power for it. Yeah. The awesome part about this versus like a CO2 laser is that you don't have to align all the lenses like on a CO2. We actually have, here. This is our CO2 laser. Here's what I'm talking about. You have to align the mirrors to where they shoot from the tube, or it comes out from the tube, and then goes from that mirror to that mirror, over to this one, and then this one, and then to the laser head. You don't have to deal with that with the fiber laser. But the fiber laser can only cut metal. That one can cut wood and acrylic and all that. Yeah, that one can also like do wood engraving and stuff like that. I was doing that the other day actually. Here. Messing around with some wood engraving and then just cutting wood and stuff. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, I got 5 more of these. Yeah, let me show you how much steel we go through. Hold on. This is all of our steel bins. And they all get recycled. It goes to a steel place. We try to save like larger pieces that we can still use. And then we'll, you know, if we have smaller parts, we'll use those scraps for that. I think the wood we can cut up to, I want to say 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4. We don't use that one as much as we cut way more metal than we do wood.
Hey, listen!
So as you can imagine, what does the fiber laser mean? I actually read about that one time and I forgot exactly what the fiber part of it means. Because I did a lot of research when we first got both of these and I've forgotten a lot of it. That sounds about right. Yeah, that's why you don't have to adjust the mirrors. Sounds about right. Tell you the truth, I learned what I need to know to make these things run, and that's where I stop. And make sure I'm safe with them. That's where I stop. See, this would have caused the problem right there. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, we've used nitrogen before, but I believe the oxygen's cheaper. I like having this discussion because, like, there's certain things I know and then there's certain things I have no clue about, and it's interesting to hear. And how's it going, Mitch? No, this is not in my garage. This is actually, this is the sign shop. This is our laser room right here. If you look right here, this is where we have both of the lasers. Over there behind that plastic sheet, that's where we do our powder coating. And then up in that building up there is where we do the sublimation and the printing and our shipping. The one I'm using right now, the fiber laser, this one is a Rose Graphix, and the other one, the CO2, is a full spectrum laser. It's when I kneeled down, it said I had a bad connection. Yeah, the one we have is a 150 watt. Yeah, so yeah, because with like a plasma cutter, you have to have water, right? Good night, Marcy. Yeah, I do love that about that. I can just pick up the part right afterwards. I wear a mask.